What is up, everybody? Happy Martin Luther King Day. Sixers get the W here, 124-115. Joining me, he is Mitch Kofsky. What's up, Mitch?
Hey, this was a complete annihilation from the Sixers side. This game says a lot more than the scoreboard. Only won by 9, but it was a complete annihilation from beginning to end.
Yeah, there was a lot of positives in this one. You know, there were some defensive breakdowns. And we'll get to that in a little bit. But first off, guys, if you're watching us live, please be sure to comment your thoughts on this one. Like this video if you love Joel Embiid. And that's where we have to start off the show because Joel Embiid came back from injury. What a difference, man. What a difference offensively it is for the Philadelphia 76ers. Here is his shot chart in this game. Joel Embiid was simply dominant. He had 41 points, 12 of 21 from the field. He was a +7, 10 boards. The streak continues. Some stat padding for sure. No doubt about it. He was doing his best Dak Prescott fourth quarter.
I was just about to say that.
And I don't know how I feel about that. You know, we'll get to it. I'll get to it after your thoughts on Joel Embiid.
Hey, he had 26 points in the first half, and all the other players had like 9, 8, 5, whatever. It was Embiid versus Rockets, but the role players did step up. But they had no answers. Sengun, no one could stop Embiid. Nobody, especially after his first game back from that injury.
Yeah, it was really impressive with Sengun, because you go back to last game and in the pick and roll, Sengun just absolutely torched the Philadelphia 76ers. In this one, it's a little different because Embiid didn't play that first game. It's a little different when you're not going up against B-Ball Paul for the majority of the game. And Embiid just killed it, man. He got to the line 17 times, 16 of 17. Yeah, he got in some foul trouble. The refereeing in this game was pretty iffy at best. But most of what we have seen from Joel Embiid in this one, dominating in the mid-range, getting to the basket at will. I thought he made a couple of really nice passes, especially one to Pat Bev cutting to the basket. Just amazing. Just absolutely amazing. Just playing on just a tier better than he did last season. My only concern, Mitch, and walk me off the ledge here, is the Sixers were up by 20 points in this one. Joel Embiid didn't have the record, and I thought we were done with these regular season BS records, but he comes back in the fourth quarter just to seemingly get his streak and have it.
Right.
And if I'm telling you, Mitch, if that decision leads to him not playing against the Denver Nuggets and Jokic tomorrow night, I'm going to be pissed, man. I'm going to be really pissed.
That's what I was thinking too. I'm like, why is he still in the game? There was like 7:27 left, and he was still in there. You could see when he was getting for that loose ball, they all let him go, get the 10 board, and then he goes up to the left wing and hikes up a 3, and it hits the front rim. I'm like, What is this? Are we just going to be Dak Prescott throughout the whole season here? That's what I'm thinking right now.
All right, yeah, my man Tiago said, actions speak louder than words. I don't know. I don't necessarily believe that because he was clearly stat padding, for better or worse. Let's be real though. It's amazing how much better the Sixers look when he's on the court. I mean, it's obvious he's the MVP, but I feel like the pieces of the puzzle just come together so much better in this one. I think the second part of this conversation has to go into the Sixers bench, which was just phenomenal. They were from the start, they were hitting their shots. They were active defensively. The Sixers bench, let me do the math real quick. I suck at math. 25, 32. The Sixers bench had 34 points. I feel like everybody had some sort of impact in this one. Pat Bev finished with 11 points. He had 6 assists. At that one play, I believe he had a nice bounce pass to, I think it was Daniel House. I could be wrong. Cutting. You had Batum. He only had 5 points in this one, but he also had 5 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Batum just continues to blow away every single expectation I have. He's the exact type of wing Joel Embiid has needed his entire career with the Sixers, man. I wish we had him 5 years ago. because he does all the little things so freaking well. And I really hope he doesn't retire after this season. He's easily one of my favorite Sixers watches over the past decade. And I mean that. I think Batum is that good of a fit. But I could go on, but just your thoughts on the Sixers role players who really killed it today.
Yeah, but I just want to continue your thought on Nicholas Batum because Batum, I've been saying this for the longest time. He's the perfect fit next to Joel Embiid with his
Crazy.
quick decision making, the 3-point, the rebounding, his height, just his
He-
height alone. Because we have PJ Tucker for the last 2-3 years at 4 and 5. So I'm like, this is just music to my ears. I love Beverly. Don't get rid of him. Don't trade him. Don't do anything. Re-sign him back. That's all I want. And for the bench, I gotta give it to Beverly, man. Patrick Beverly just had a game. He's been playing well as of late too. His shot, his IQ for the backup playmaking role. 11 points and 5 boards, 6 assists. I mean, come on. He's been killing the game as of late.
Yeah, Pat Bev's been just a really nice addition. Even Marcus Morris hit a couple shots. Kelly Oubre had 4 steals. It was kind of frustrating in the first half. The Sixers were doing a really good job of generating steals. They were active in the passing lanes, creating deflections, getting in transition, but they weren't finishing. I think they had like 6 first quarter steals, but only 5 points. But yeah, going back to like you said, Batum, like he just does all the little things to fit next to Joel. And I would say he's probably the Sixers' second best defender. He's that good. And he allows the Sixers to do so much. And it's a big reason why Embiid's and Nick Nurse has taken Embiid to a different level. So Batum, Pat Bev, I can't wait to watch this guy in the playoffs, man. That thought comes up every single time because he just makes so many good decisions and his intensity. He's that dog that I wish the Eagles had. I wish we could clone him and put him on the Philadelphia Eagles on the football field tonight because the Eagles could use some of those dogs. Soft ass team. Mr. Rudy Poo says, "Hey fellas, I got a name. We could go get and defend a little bit. Bring Markelle Fultz back. Finish the story. Is he even playing for the Orlando Magic?
I don't think so because that team is full of guards. It's full of guards, so I think he plays like every now and then. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
he doesn't shoot enough. He doesn't shoot enough for me. So I mean, I would love to bring back Markelle. I think defensively he's a good fit with Maxey, but yeah, that's an easy pass. I would like to see a different avenue. That's my take, Rudy Poo. So we talked about the bench. Tyrese Maxey. Let's get to Tyrese Maxey. Some good and bad in this one. Tyrese Maxey finished with 27 points. He was a plus 19 and shot 6 of 10 from 3-point range. He did have 7 assists and 2 turnovers. I'll pull up his shot chart. But my quick take on Maxey was I think he settles too much with mid-range shots. I want to get him away from that. Luckily for him, the 3-pointer was really falling in this one, 6 of 10 from 3, but way too many middies. I don't like the off-balance mid-range shots. That's my only negative on Tyrese Maxey because he had some really crazy shots, had some really crazy buckets in this one, especially in that fourth quarter where he had like a 2-handed dunk, just rose above the rim. That another step back 3 that was just absolutely gorgeous. What were your thoughts on Maxey?
In the beginning, he wasn't shooting that well. He was just settling, trying to get shots up. He only finished the first half with 9 points, but yet again, he came up when it mattered the most, even though we're up by like 15. In the fourth quarter, that's where he continues to shine, and that's where I like him the most, is come up in the clutch. And that's what he did with that step back 3 and the 2-handed dunk.
I want him to bring back the floater. I feel like we haven't seen the floater as much lately. We've been seeing way more just off balance middies, and here's his shot chart, and that really passes the eye test right there. That's exactly how it felt. Way too much red there inside the arc. But again, did shoot well from 3. The floater needs to come back for Tyrese Maxey. Any other thoughts on this one before we get to player of the game?
Just like all around, just the bench, I love it. And just hopefully they can keep that up because there are some games where they're not consistent. And this game they showed out. They showed out against the top 5 best defensive team in the league.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're pretty good. I think we hit on pretty much everything. Pat Bev, we touched on. Tobias Harris had 10 points. What did you tell me about Tobias Harris? Was it how many points did you give me on Tobias?
I said 10 points or less. I called it.
and I called the under given
You did.
turn and the Rockets, and that is so funny. That is so
I'm like, what the? He's too predictable. That's what I hate about players. I don't want them to be predictable. So out.
He's predictable in all the worst ways.
Right.
He started out the game really well, to be fair. Like, he was hitting threes, he was getting to the line, but just absolutely a disappearing act when he doesn't have the ball in his hands, and that's just what he is.
Right.
Yep, that's about it. All right, let's get into our Sixers player of the game. All right, Sixers player of the game. I'm going to throw it to you, Mitch. Tobias Harris?
I did that last game. I'm not doing that twice in a row. Give me Joel Embiid for this one, man. Just give me the layup. I mean, the guy just was like the best player on the court. No one could stop him. Just him getting to the line is the best part of his game, I feel like, along with his footwork. So Embiid is my player of the game. Short and simple.
Yeah, that's a great take. Good take, Mitch. Joel Embiid, just ridiculous. Playing at a ridiculous level. Again, I better see him play tomorrow. Joel Embiid has a knack for sitting against really good teams, and we need more minutes of him going up against the best of the best. If he wants to be treated as the best of the best, Shaq, cough, he's got to play against the best of the best. And Embiid, we'll see. We'll see tomorrow. Hopefully that knee is okay. My player of the game, I mean, it's easy to go Maxey, but I'm going to go Pat Bev. I really liked what I saw on Pat Bev's end. He was a plus 17, man. And he was a leader of that bench unit, which we love. Just bringing really good ball movement for the Sixers. It was B-Ball Paul who was cutting to the basket on that one play. He only shot 1 of 4 from 3, but he did shoot 4 of 6 from the line. Just overall, very good game from Pat Bev, being that leader off the bench. So how would you grade today's performance? I mean, it's weird. I don't know. Is it me or is it like I feel like the Sixers always come out kind of sluggish on day games, but like not at all in this one. Like this is a different kind of Sixers game.
Not at all in this game, man. Like not at all. They just hit all on cylinders. They're coming with a vengeance, and Embiid led the charge. So, and it's actually nice to see Paul Reed off the bench because we could still see like that huge drop, but we don't have to deal with it for most of the game. So, I love that part.
Yeah, Batum was nice as well, and Maxey had just a phenomenal fourth quarter. I don't know how many points he had, but it was great. Let's get into just grades and wrap it up, man. Short little MLK post-game show. How would you grade today's performance?
I'll just give it an A, man. Right across the board. I mean, what else is there? It was the best, in my opinion, one of the best well-rounded performances of the season so far. So, like, top to bottom, bottom to top, the whole team did great.
Yeah, like this would have been an A+ had the Sixers being able to just rest Embiid in the fourth. Like that's how close.
Right.
But yeah, it's a solid A-. Yeah, like there are times when the defense struggles without Embiid, but it is what it is. When Embiid's on the court, man, this team is just unbelievable. Like there were times in this game, it looked like the Sixers were playing a pickup game. Like they were like practicing, like just kind of going through the motions and dominant. it's really incredible what Joel Embiid means to, and that's the statement for MVP. But he's got to play. He's got to play against the best teams, and hopefully we see him tomorrow. But that about wraps it up. A little short post-game show. Mitch, what do you got going on, man? Plugs, final thoughts.
So I'm actually doing a watch party at the Eagles game, and I'm gonna be on the Eagles pregame right after this as well. So you get to see me one more time when I head to Philly. And it's just hardcore sports. We got a lot of stuff going on over there. And yeah, Twitter, Mitch Chofsky.
Yep. In 2 hours, Mitch, we will be doing Eagles pregame, talking top matchups to watch, 5 keys to victory, and player of the game predictions. It's going to be awesome. Be on the lookout for that. If you love the NFL draft, and who knows, maybe in like 8 hours, it could be the Eagles off season. Go check out some of the draft content. I'm almost at 100 scouting reports already. I've been putting them out over the last few weeks. So go check that out.
I saw the JJ McCarthy one.
Yeah, I just put that out for you, man. Who else did I just did Chris Jenkins as well. Mike Sandmerstill, I did him.
Okay. You did Blake Corum too, right?
I did Blake Corum. I think it was like my first one, man.
Was that your first? Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I've covered pretty much Rod Moore.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much, not pretty much, but a good chunk of the Michigan, like the 10-plus Michigan players that will be drafted.
Well, Edwards is staying in Michigan. He's not going. He's staying, yeah.
He's going to dominate next year.
I
know. But yeah, I've been putting out like 8 or so per day. So go check that out on the channel. That wraps it up, guys. We'll see you in a couple hours for Eagles pregame. Go give Mitch a follow on X at Mitch Kofsky. Go check out Hardcore Sports Network, where you can find all of his amazing content. I am Dives, Mr. Crockpot. For Mitch, for myself, stay awesome, everyone.